Terence Crawford just shocked the boxing world by calling out Canelo Alvarez, claiming he's not just ready for challenge, but convinced he can destroy him. Is Crawford biting off more than he can chew, or is this the fight that will change boxing history forever?
How to answer this question, but I think the way he talks, he thinks he's Superman, right? And he is very disrespect, not just with me, with everybody. Extended, right? We never talk directly. The times he wants to talk with me is always somebody in the middle. But at the time we talk directly in person, everything goes smooth.
Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez had a meeting with Turki Alek in Saudi Arabia earlier today. But what happened before the meeting was nothing like what boxing professionals were expecting, as the pair had a heated clash and exchanged words shortly before the meeting. Canelo was the one who sparked the exchange this time around after claiming that Terence Crawford had been speaking trash in his recent interviews. "You're a crazy man. What are you saying in your interviews?"
Got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out, from Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not. Kovalev.
Kovalev was older. He does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power.
He claimed Crawford has been showing up in interviews where he has shown little or no respect to him or his previous opponents. Crawford, for some reason, believes the opponents Canelo faced in his 62 victories are nothing compared to him when boxing skills are involved. This particularly angered Canelo, who feels he has a far better resume than Terence Crawford. We'll see in the ring," Canelo said. While Canelo did all this, Crawford had nothing much to say but to advise Canelo to wait until he felt him in the boxing ring before making any noise.
And he's not even in my weight class already. And, it's a lot of things there doesn't make sense. And plus, at this point in my career, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah. And I agree. So,
in an interview with Manuka Kapian, the former undisputed welterweight champion and current world boxing super welterweight title holder analyzed the fight against Canelo. "I don't have to knock him out. I just have to beat him. I'm not going in there looking for the KO. Could it happen? Yes, absolutely. When I analyze him, he's a small, big guy moving up divisions. These bigger guys are slower. They might hit him, but he sees it at the last moment," Crawford explained. The Mexican fighter, holding the super middleweight belts, has faced bigger opponents such as Dimitri Bivol. Crawford, coming from 2 lower weight classes, believes his size and speed will work in his favor.
A lot of power. But all those guys that you named is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo going?
A tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always have respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get...
I come from a lighter division, which is faster and more precise. If he gets hit with a clean shot he doesn't see, he can be hurt. He's not a machine. He's human like me. He bleeds like me, the American fighter stated. Although he does not rule out a KO, Terence will not go in with that in mind. His strategy will be to wear him down, something that could be much more effective coming from a lower weight class. I won't step in thinking I can't hurt him, but I also won't step in thinking I'll try to knock him out. I'm going to fight my fight, and if the KO happens, then of course I'll take it, the American concluded. Although it's not official yet, everyone is excited about the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Everything indicates that this fight will take place after summer, or at least that's what Turki Alek has in mind after the Mexican fighter unifies the super middleweight division on May 3rd against William Skull in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Crawford has spoken about this match and claims he has the necessary tools to finish it.
Crawford Canelo is the biggest fight in boxing right now today.
Your fight will do bigger numbers than Benavidez Canelo.
100%. African American, Mexican, they always made for the biggest fights in history. I can easily go and fight Virgil Ortiz or Fundor, whoever, to make a quick buck or a quick little penny, but I'm looking at bigger.
Terence Crawford is living his dream right now, and he's making sure everyone knows it. While he's busy hitting the gym, bulking up and sharpening his skills, he's also making the rounds and interviews ahead of his highly anticipated September showdown in Las Vegas. When it comes to this fight, opinions are split. Some fans and fighters believe that weight classes exist for a reason, that moving up against a bigger, stronger opponent is just too risky. But others believe in Bud Crawford's elite skill set. Right now, the undefeated 41-0 boxer is putting everything into this fight. Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez has his eyes on a different challenge first. His May 3rd bout against William Skull in Riyadh. If Canelo wins, he will become the undisputed super middleweight champion for the second time. And that's exactly what Bud Crawford wants.
Which boxing is deeply rooted in the African American culture. So I do think that fight does a little bit more numbers than Benavidez versus Canelo.
This is a legacy fight. This is a generational fight. Will be talked about for years. When I'm gone, they'll talk about, man, you remember Crawford coming up to 168 and fighting Canelo? 2 top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in the world in their prime, fighting each other.
Just think about it. Crawford moving up 2 weight classes to take on an undisputed champion. And not just any undisputed champion. The man is Canelo Alvarez. If he pulls this off, it would be legendary. Make no mistake. Terence Crawford knows what he's up against, but that's not shaking his confidence. In a recent episode of 4 Pound Pound with Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo, he didn't hesitate to back himself strongly. I feel like I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might get the size, the power, but I got the better skills, boxing skills. He responded when asked about the daunting task he set himself up for.
Canelo Alvarez thinks you're not a 54-pounder. In other words, you say, nah, he's too small.
That's his take. There's a reason why Israel was so respectful in the fight. Anytime I let my hands go, he either grab me or move. For the bigger guy, you should have been walking me down. You should have been bullying me. Canelo can say what he say.
He just doesn't feel like you're a 54-pounder.
To this, Henry Cejudo immediately jumped in, asking if it would be more of a cat-and-mouse fight, implying that Crawford might have to play it smart and move a lot. But Crawford shut that down real quick. He's not running from anything. Then came the comparisons. Triple C brought up Canelo's history of knocking people out. Guys like James Kirkland, who came off a 6th-round TKO victory in his last fight, but lost by a 3rd-round KO to Canelo in 2015. Then there was Amir Khan, defeated by 6th-round knockout in 2016, and Sergey Kovalev, who was a World Boxing Organization light heavyweight champion at the time, when Canelo was moving up from middleweight. Yet, Canelo knocked him out in the 11th round. But that's where Crawford drew the line. Don't disrespect me, he shot back with a chuckle.
Your real weight class. And
my real weight class is 168.
It's not Canelo trolling.
I just want to know if I'm too small for 168. A lot of people my whole life been doubting me. I know I'm smaller than Canelo. I know I'm smaller than these guys.
Yeah, but Canelo's pretty short too. Canelo's your height.
We're the same height. We're the same height.
Exactly, for a 68-pounder. But he is a freaking boulder. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a
Simply put, Bud Crawford wasn't impressed. Kovalev was older, he pointed out. Then he made one big statement. Don't get me wrong. Canelo does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name are not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is night and day. The 37-year-old explained. Bold statement, right? So, how does Bud Crawford see a fight with Canelo Alvarez playing out? A tough fight, he admitted. He respected Canelo as a great fighter, but he believed in his own skills more. The fact that people doubt me just fuels me even more to try to get the fight, he said. And I'm watching him and I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. As for the size difference, the southpaw from Omaha wasn't sweating it. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top, the Nebraska native concluded. You're going to get hit. It's a fight. He's going to get hit too. It'll be good. Whether you're backing Crawford's skills or betting on Canelo's power, one thing for sure, this fight could redefine boxing history. Let us know in the comments who you think will come out on top. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explosive boxing updates and insider stories. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next.